Buenas and half a day, Radanim, Kaselele, Michael, Mogithin, Lenwe, Yakwe, and Ali, Aloha, Talofa, to everybody out there from Palau to the Marshall Islands, here from Guam, all the way to the CNMI. We are starting now live our Micronesia Time here straight from our Universal Church here in Dedido. Today I have, because it's Mother's Week, no, not just Mother's Day, but Mother's Week, I'm joined here with a mom and daughter, right? Your name?
Kjan.
Kjan and? Gina. So I'm here with both mom and daughter, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their story, where they're from, a little bit about the FSM, where they originally are from. And also you can join in two very special ways. First way that you can join is by taking the link of this live and do as I'm doing right now, and I'm going to share it. I'm going to send it to all my groups, my friends, the people who are watching or can watch from other places. And you can also comment here in the comment section below if you want to ask them a question. If you want to ask them a question live, then you can do that right now through the comment section here below. All right. So stay with us. We're going to go to our Mother's Day commercial, and we'll be right back with all of you.
Mothers give so much love, prayers, endless care, but sometimes the world moves too fast and she fears being forgotten. But hear this, dear mom, God has not forgotten you, and neither has his family. Can a woman forget her nursing child and not have compassion on the son of her womb? Surely they may forget, yet I will not forget you. Isaiah 49:15. This Mother's Day, we honor you, not just for what you do, but for who you are, a reflection of God's love.
Join us Sunday at 10 a.m. with your family in 205 West Legon Ave behind Dedido Palace and Manilao Legacy Square behind KFC next door to Fish and Corn.
So you have there all the ways that you can join this Mother's Day celebration that will be happening, this blessing for all the mothers that will be taking place this upcoming, if they could close the door, please. Thank you. This upcoming Sunday, especially at 10 o'clock in the morning. And because it's Mother's Week, we have here mom and daughter who are going to tell us a little bit about where they're from, their family, the Micronesian culture, and also more importantly, what God has done in their lives. Now, ladies, who's gonna talk first? You go first. Okay, Gina's a little apprehensive because she's never been in front of a microphone like this. So, but just have patience with her. Now, we usually have on our show, I'm sure you've seen it already, we have questions both from the guys watching us and also here from our studio. So we're going to go to our first question. Let's read here the first question that we ask everyone. Tell us where you are from. So we already know that you guys are from the FSM, but where in the FSM? And tell us a little bit about this place.
So I'm from Chuk and the outer island.
What is the name of this island?
Nawin.
Okay, and how is it out there? I never been out there. I've been to Chuk, but I never been to your island. So,
So I have to ride a boat or a ship to go there. So if I ride a boat, if I go from morning from Chuk from Weta to my island, 7 a.m. I reach there maybe 4 p.m.
so it's the 8 hour ship ride
Yeah.
from your island to the capital.
Mhm.
All right. And how's the trip? Is like regular water or is rough water or on the
Rough.
ship you don't really feel it or how is it?
Yeah, on the ship we don't feel anything,
Okay.
but on the boat it's really
Crazy.
yeah,
Did you ever have any bad experiences on your way there?
a lot.
Tell us about those bad experiences.
So because there's big waves,
Mm.
very big waves.
When you say very big, how big?
So
Now she's
what?
gonna tell us about the day that she fell off the boat.
No, I don't. I didn't fell off the boat, but I experienced like every time I reach my island, I like I feel sick,
Mm.
like pain, my back, my body because
You're talking about
what?
on the small boats, the ones that fit like 8 people or
Yeah.
less, right?
Mhm.
Okay. How many people can fit on the ship when you would go?
Uh, depends on how big is the boat, the ship.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Now, you were born and raised there, or you were just born there and raised somewhere else?
I was born in water and raised there.
Okay, so born in the capital, raised out there, and you were out there for how long in this outer island?
I only go visit on summer. I only go summer at my island,
So
but I don't stay there.
the rest of the time you would spend where?
I'm in water because I'm attending school there.
Okay, so you went to Chuk High School,
No, I go to Saint Cecilia School.
Saint Cecilia School. That's on Bayview,
Uh, no, it's at Tunuk.
Tunuk.
Mhm.
Okay. And when did you end up here in Guam?
Because my sister became sick,
Uh huh.
but
Oh, by the way, you're one of how many?
before.
One of four.
Mhm.
Okay, so your sister fell sick, and what happened?
They she needed surgery, but they cannot do it at Chuk because they don't have the equipment.
Uh huh. So that's why you came here to Guam.
So we end up here.
All right.
Mhm.
And what about you, KGN? Where are you from, and what was it like where you grew up from? In sorry.
I'm I'm from Chuk, but I was born and raised here on Guam.
So you were born and raised on Guam, but your whole family, both sides of the family, is Chukis.
Yes.
Okay. And how was it growing up here on island for you? You ever been off island?
No.
Never been off the reef?
No.
So you not even Coco's Island.
No.
Coco's Island, for those of you who don't know, is a tiny island right off the coast of Guam. You can see it. Some people even swim to Coco's Island. So you never been to Coco's Island? All right. So born and raised here on Guam, and how old are you now?
18.
18. You graduated already? Graduated from which high school?
Ukuru High.
Ukuru High. So for all of you Bulldogs out there, the Bulldogs from Ukuru, we have one of your own who graduated. Congratulations! Is always good to see our youth making it happen and furthering their education. And now they are celebrating. Many of you are going to graduate this month of May is the end of school here on Guam. So we're also going to talk about that in just a minute. But now let's get to the second question here with our guest. When did your problem start? So Gina, tell me a little bit about that. You already started talking about it, but let's get into a little bit more details concerning You said it was your sister. Okay, so what happened with your sister?
So she became sick.
Mm.
Like there's something swollen inside of her.
Hmm. And then you guys left. You said all four of you left, right?
So it was my sister and my mom and my dad first came here,
Uh huh.
and they left me and my oldest brother Chuck because we were still in school.
Okay, and then but soon after you guys joined as well.
Yes,
Okay, and then how old were you when you arrived here on Guam?
I think 14.
14 years old.
Yes.
Okay. Now, 14 years old, what did you start noticing? What was the problem, or what were your problems aside from your sister being sick? What was going on now?
Um, at that time, I really don't have problem yet.
So things were good.
Yes,
14 years old, you didn't have that many issues.
I you mostly just stay home. Like after school, I mostly sleeping.
Okay. And then, so you would come home from school, sleep, do your homework, go back, and that was life.
Yes.
But then as time goes on, and when we say that you started having problems here in Guam, we're not saying that Guam was the problem. Is that this was the next place that you started to live in, right?
Mhm.
And then what took place after that?
I think when I reached 11th grade,
So you were in high school already. You also went to Ukuru, or you went
JFK.
JFK. So you were in high school here, and then where did things start taking a turn for the worst?
When I was in 11th grade, and then I have friends, and that's when I just started to like before um like I'm scared of my parents, even though I know that they're like they can give me whatever I want, or they don't get mad if I do whatever I want, but I was still scared of them.
But scared of what?
Like, because my dad will get mad.
But was there a reason for him to be mad and be angry?
Like, if I'm like being rebellious or
Mm,
disrespect. So
okay. So you gave him the reason.
when I was 11th grade,
Yeah. So then things started getting uh out of the normal, out of control. And when did you start seeing, okay, now it's serious. Now it's not just fun and games. Now it's a problem.
um, because my older brother gave me a car,
Mm.
so my dad don't chop me to school anymore, but I drive. I drove to school on my own because my brother gave me a car. So that's when I just started like do whatever.
So a little too much freedom for you.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you end up doing with all that free time? Of now, new car, young girl, fresh off the boat from Chuk.
I started to go to school. I can skip like 2 classes, and I when we get off from school, I can go home late at night.
Mhm. And that's where you started losing your way.
Not care of what my dad and my mom would get mad, or I don't think of that.
For those of you watching outside of Guam or outside of that, they usually have a name for, right? Mukumach. So, so she was now young and already being Mukumach. Um, what happened after that?
I just keep continue until I graduated. But even though I was being like always late, but I managed to graduate, and then I go to college to the University of Guam.
What did you want to do in UOG?
Uh, Nursing.
Wanted to be a nurse. Okay, well,
Yes.
here nursing is very popular. We have GRMC, GMA, clinics in the morning. You have the big Navy hospital. It's and a lot of people from the FSM come here to seek help, even like your own sister did. But then what happened to that dream?
End up getting married.
Sorry?
I end up married.
So you put that dream of being a nurse on the side and you get into a relationship. And then that was your dream come true or not really?
I never think of getting married because I think when I see like my other families when they have problems and then they fight, I thought I'm not gonna get married because I don't like that.
So you were afraid of being the next one.
Yes,
Okay, was that something that it was just you or your sisters and brother also thought the same or
I, it's just me.
just you?
Yeah, I don't know about my.
But then how did you end up getting married? You got married young?
I
18?
get married when I was married when I was 21.
21. Okay, 21 and married. And um you guys met each other
Uh, at the mall.
at the mall, Micro
Yes.
Mall.
Yeah.
I thought you guys met each other at the high school. But anyway, so you met each other in Micro Mall, and then from there, one thing led to another. You guys got married.
Yes, because time I go to school at UH, but he lives somewhere out there.
By Manilao area.
Yeah. So like when we started talking, that's when like my listening to my parents is like getting more worse because like sometimes I don't go to school because I go to him.
So he was your school.
Yeah.
So then, now you're married, and things become what you dreamed of, or not really?
Not really.
What started happening?
So it started when like when we have our second child, he just starting to change.
So she's your first. Okay, you have how many?
3.
3 children. All
Mhm.
right. Now, your first child, EGN, things were okay.
Yes.
But then you had a second son,
Yeah.
Jefferson, and things were
Mhm.
going wrong from there.
Yes.
Well, what happened?
Like that's when he started to go out, like go to work, and then I noticed that he will come late.
Hmm. But was there a reason when he was like night shift or
No, he get off at 10, but he go drink with the friends.
okay? So and he used to drink before or no? Just
Yeah, he drink before, but not really like that.
not, just something small, nothing crazy,
Yeah.
nothing. Okay, and then that's when the problems began.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So he started to go work, get off mostly on Friday, and then he just don't come back. Sometimes he will come back like Sunday night, or sometimes Monday morning.
Well, he leave on a Friday and come back on a Monday.
Yes.
And did you know where he was or not really?
So because I called him, or sometimes if you don't answer the phone, I will call the parents, let them know that it's not home, and then they will go look for him, and then they just let me know that they saw him. He's drinking with the brothers, the cousins.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went from just like the guy who has a beer every once in a while. Now he's in a he's in a serious problem with alcohol.
Yes.
Okay, and then what did you do about that? What did that do to you? Sorry.
Like I get
Mm.
so yeah, when I just get tired of keep telling him not to do it, then that's when I started like, why do I waste my time telling him not to do it if he's not gonna listen?
Mhm.
So that's when I started back to drinking and the smoking.
So now you are doing this out of like revenge or just because you couldn't deal with it?
Yeah, like sometimes because when I talk to him on the phone and he don't listen,
Uh-huh.
so I want to make him mad for him to come that I'm drunk.
You wanted him to feel what you felt. Okay, you walked out on me, you went drinking with your
Yes,
friends, I'm gonna go do the same. But you already
I have
mom.
my yeah, I have my two,
So you now had 2 children already, or 3 or
three.
3. So you're a mother of 3, and you were already, um now how was the drinking? Was it, uh, once a month, a party thing, a everyday thing? What was it like?
Uh, yeah, it's like so first I started just with my cousin and my nieces,
Mhm.
and when I keep doing it, and I have coworkers, so after work, that's what we go out.
Go out to drink or drink on the shift or
No, we go out to drink, or sometimes we just drink outside our work.
okay, and where would you go out to drink?
Um, at their house, at their place.
So you go everybody, like, meet at somebody's house there,
Yeah.
and what would you drink?
We usually drink the hard liquor,
What hard liquor? You give me the details.
the Crown Apple,
Crown apple,
um,
ground peach, what else?
um, Smirnoff,
Smirnoff, what else?
uh, the Jack Daniel.
Jack then this is a really hard liquor. This is not for the people who don't. I'm not saying that you knew how to drink, but nobody's gonna hold their liquor when they're drinking that kind of stuff in that much. You would also do like your other half, go 2, 3 days without showing your face in the house or how.
So yeah, sometimes we go to like me and my cousins and my nieces. We will go rent hotel, like hotel room,
Mhm.
and I bring my kids with me, and then I will rent them room next to mine, so that way I can drink and go home whenever I want. So I don't have to worry about going home because of my kids because they're next door to me.
But, in that room that you were in, who was there? Just yourself,
Now it will be my niece.
your friends, your drinking buddies?
Yes.
Okay, so one room was for the alcohol, the other room was for your kids.
Yeah.
Did your kids know about this?
Yes.
They were aware of what was happening? No.
I know.
Mm. And what was their reaction?
Uh, I know that I know that my daughter don't like it,
Well,
but
let's be better. Mijan, you tell us here. You saw your mom. Do you remember this issue of the incident of going there and renting a room for you to stay while she would get hammered? You remember? You didn't open her mic, please. Uh, again,
Yeah.
what would you remember? Tell me about it.
Um, like she would go work when she comes back. she is like with all my cousins in the car, and she would call us to go follow her, and then we would go to hotels, and she would rent us our own room, and then go to her own room.
And how would that make you feel?
Mm. Like, I didn't want to say anything.
You didn't want to say anything. You were like scared, or what was happening?
Scared because if my dad knew where we were,
Oh, so your dad didn't know.
no,
But what would go on in your mind?
She was wasting her money
Would you get
because she would be the one who would pay for the rooms and the drinks.
and also for your stay there? It was just you, or you and your brothers, right?
My brothers, my cousins,
How many people were in the room sometimes?
6, including me.
6 people. If they could just go back here so I can see the comments here on the screen, please. So 6 people inside of the room, and then you are always upset at your mom, even though she was right next door. Okay. Was there anything else that you remember? A day that things got kind of crazy or stuff like that?
One morning we woke up and they weren't in their room, and we wanted to eat. But we were calling her phone, but she wasn't answering.
She wasn't answering, or she wasn't there?
She wasn't answering.
Or she was next door?
No, they left their room when we woke up.
And how old were you?
I think 15.
15. You were scared. Okay. And what about your siblings or the cousins or whoever else that was there with you?
They were kids at the time, so they only thought about going to the pool and going to the beach.
But you had something serious going on, right? Okay. Now let's go back here to Gina. When did you realize, Gina, that you had a real issue with alcohol, and that it wasn't just something to do on the weekends? It was a problem.
I think when I noticed that I cannot stop drinking, I would get up from work, and even though I don't have money for my alcohol, but I would ask my coworker for money to buy my drink because I cannot go home if I don't have.
So this became an everyday thing. It wasn't like a weekend at the hotel thing. It was an everyday thing.
Yeah, because even though if my bosses, they like telling me like, if you don't stop, we don't know if we're gonna keep you. But I really don't care.
So you are even getting threats from your own job, saying that they were going to fire you because of your drinking habits, and that didn't stop you.
No.
And not even your own kids worried about you. Was there a specific day say, oh yeah, I have a big problem here? Was there something that happened that made you click, oh, I need help?
Like every I think every morning when I sober up, like I was like I regret it. Like I don't want, or like why did I do that? And that's because my, like every time I wake up and I know that I sober up, then my daughter won't talk to me.
So you wouldn't want to be around your mom? No. Okay. And when you were around her, what was the conversation like?
I didn't really talk to her.
So you just ignored each other. Okay, so alcohol was really ripping you guys apart. What was Mother's Day like? Because Mother's Day is on Sunday. What was Mother's Day like when she was drunk, or was she drunk on Mother's Day?
No, we would go to church.
Oh, you go to church drunk. You go to church drunk.
No, we will go to church because we have church.
No, church was Mother's Day. Going to church is
Yeah.
sacred. It's a must. But what was Mother's Day like after the service?
So after, like, that's when my sister was still here
Mm-hmm.
on Guam. So we would just tell them to stay with our mom, and then we go on our own.
So you ditch the kids and go out and party it up. And then it was not a happy Mother's Day. It was just a morning at church, and afterwards back at it again.
Yes.
Was there any specific moment that you say, man, this was really, really bad. This day was horrible because of the alcohol?
I think there's one time I went to work and I was so drunk and high.
Oh, so wait a minute. So there was also drugs involved.
Yeah, I smoke weed a lot.
So, but what was the thing that was worse for you, the alcohol or the weed?
I think both.
Both.
Yeah, because if I don't drink during the day, I don't smoke weed.
Okay, and then how was it the same way that you did for alcohol? Like if you didn't have it, you'd have somebody buy it for you, or you borrow money. How was it?
Yeah, it's worse because the weed is just like the betel nut. If I don't have,
So wait a minute, you also chew bitter nut?
yeah,
My goodness, you were full on everything.
I drink the sakal.
Sakao as well.
Yes.
Sakao, for you guys who don't know, sakao is the root of the kava plant that here in Micronesia is very normal for people to drink it. They get really, really intoxicated, just like alcohol, but a lot stronger. It's like hard liquor, right?
Yeah.
And you would drink that together with other things,
With
chewing,
beer.
with beer.
Mm.
Sakao and beer.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
Okay. And what else? Chewing betel nut as well. And you also said about did you have any issue with cigarettes or not really? Chewing grizzly or
I know I don't like the smell of the grizzly, but I only smoke when I'm drinking.
so you needed both.
Yeah, so when I'm drunk, I'm gonna keep smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, between the both here, what was, we could say, the worst moment between mother and daughter here? Whether it was the alcohol or an accident, or what was the worst moment between the both of you?
For me, I think there's this one time I went out with my coworker, and then we went to drink, and I came home like I didn't even know when did I came home.
She dropped you or you drove?
I drove.
You drove.
Yeah. And when I woke up, my auntie was so mad at me. I can see it on her face. And when I went out to talk to my daughter, she cannot even look at me. So I started to think that I better stop this, because she just get more and more, like, I think, like, hating me.
Okay, did you see yourself as a bad mother, or you didn't care?
I was a bad mother.
And what made you realize that? Did she come up to you, say, look at you dead in the eye, I hate you, you're a bad mom, or you
No, but just the distance between us. That's when I realized that I don't like it.
that you were hurting?
I'm
You
hurting her.
you weren't beating her, but you were hurting her.
Yes.
And what about the other two? Because she's the oldest, but you had other two boys.
They don't really care.
They didn't really notice.
I think my son kind of noticed, but the way I look at him is like, maybe he just don't want to say something, but I think he's kind of scared that he don't like it also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And KJ, do you remember this day, or was there something else that you would say, oh, this was the worst between me and my mom?
During those days,
Sorry?
it was during those days, well, because we were living with my auntie,
Uh-huh.
and she would always get mad when my mom doesn't come back until morning.
So and you didn't want to continue that way, right?
I was getting tired of them always talking about my mom.
Mm-hmm. But what they were saying was true. So you couldn't deny it. All right. Now, if you have any questions, you have a chance at joining in. We're going to go to one more question. And also, we're going to go to this break in just a minute. But before we do that, let me just mention here we have JN who's joining us, Brian, we have Resin, Raylene, Maxina, Bruna. We also have Jamon uh, here, Solo Dolo. YPG Dedo tune in. So for finally, YPG Dedo showing face here. We have here Kathy, who's also joining, and many others. If any of you have a question for the both who are here with us tonight, you can write here in the comments below. We're going to read your question, and they're going to answer the question. This Sunday is Mother's Day. We're talking to a mom and a daughter who went through hell inside of their own home. But there is a happy ending to this. So stay with us. Share this live with your friends, with your family members. Let's get the word out. At the end of this live, within a few minutes, we are going to pray. We're going to ask God for you who might find yourself hating your mother, or you hate yourself because you think that you are a bad mother. Maybe you are identifying yourself a lot with this story, but God wants and He can help you. Stay with us.
Mothers give so much love, prayers, endless care, but sometimes the world moves too fast and she fears being forgotten. But hear this, dear mom, God has not forgotten you, and neither has his family. Can a woman forget her nursing child and not have compassion on the son of her womb? Surely they may forget, yet I will not forget you. Isaiah 49:15. This Mother's Day, we honor you, not just for what you do, but for who you are, a reflection of God's love.
Join us Sunday at 10 a.m. with your family in 205 West Legon Ave behind Digital Paylist and Manilao Legacy Square behind KFC next door to Fish and Corn.
So whether you're going to be joining us in our Universal Church in Manilao, in Dededo, in Chuk, in Hawaii, we also have here in the line here underneath, you have all of our addresses in every Micronesian community spread throughout the US. So if you have family out there in Denver, like she has, or if you have family in Portland, Oregon, in Hawaii, like we said before, in Washington State. If you have family in South Carolina, there's a big community out there. Also in Ohio, we also have our Universal Church open every day, helping the Micronesian community throughout these states. All right. So Iowa, Denver, Colorado, in Washington State, in Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington. You can reach out and you can get a hold of us. I have here a question. This is a question. Before we go to our last question, we have two more questions. This one here. What does God mean when he asks us to honor our mom or dad when they never have the courage to apologize like this mother has? So God does not say for us to honor our good or our bad mother. It says to honor the mother, to honor the father. And yes, it is very difficult to honor somebody when they are acting dishonorably. I get that. But when we do that to them, it blesses us. It does not bless them. Some people fall for that idea that I am going to be empowering somebody to continue acting like a jerk or keep doing what they are doing wrong if I honor them. If I, not that you are going to approve or applaud their bad behavior, but you are going to honor them, meaning do things that would bring respect onto them. Is not do things to please them. The honor means to do something that will bring respect to that family's name, not necessarily pleasing that person. For instance, I'm not going to be bringing you a beer or helping you to get high, even though that's something that's going to please you. You'll be very pleased with me if I pour you a shot. You'll be very pleased with me if I roll you a blunt. You'll be very pleased with me if I buy you the ice that you want to smoke. You'll be pleased with me, but you're not going to be honored by me. To honor means to bring respect, to bring a good reputation upon the parent. And even if they are sometimes doing that thing in a, we could say, in a bad way, we should honor them, not because of them, but because of what God says. So don't think that pleasing is honoring. Honoring is to bring respect to that name, to make other people say, "Wow, no, you raised a good child." That's bringing honor to that father or to that mother. If you have any other questions, you can send it here on the comments below. Thank you, Kimberly, for your question. Now, ladies, we're gonna go here to the third question. Let's see here what the third question is. Where is it? No, the one here on the screen. Is it wrong not to wish a parent a happy Mother's Day? Um, I I don't think that it would be right. So it's not, if you're asking if it's biblical, there's nothing in the Bible saying that, but it does say honor your father and your mother. So to honor is to bring respect to. So pay your respects. The only people who we don't wish are the deceased. There is nothing to be done for those who have passed. I know some of you have lost your mother, and these days is a little sensitive for you. You feel like it lost its value. But there are other mothers out there that can be honored on this day, even though that you perhaps lost your mother, then look for another mother to honor. Let's ask here now, Gina, the next question. If they could put the next question here full screen, please. When we are doing a live show, things go wrong. So this shows that we are live. It's 9:47 p.m. So the question I want to show here is the one that says, what did you do to change that situation? So here, this one here, that has been there ever since, but some people are against me. Don't worry, don't worry. The whole world can be against me. It says here, what did you do to help your change or help you change? What you sank to the bottom of the pit. You were a horrible mother to your daughter. You guys didn't even want to talk to each other. So where did you look for help? Or how did you find help?
That's when I started to come to this church.
So you found the Universal Church. How did you find us?
My sister.
Your sister.
Yes.
Okay. And she came with you. She came first. How was it?
So her and her kids and her kids and my kids.
So everybody went to church together, except for you,
Yeah.
and you were kind of like the last one to go.
Yes.
Okay. And then, do you remember the first day that you came?
So because so she told my son, ask your mom to come church with us.
Okay.
So one time they came from service.
Mm-hmm.
So my oldest son asked me to go with them the next day, but I told him no, don't bother to tell me to go with you guys because I have my own church.
Okay. You had your own church, but you also had your own problems.
Yeah. Every time I finish church, I go out, I already mix my bed on it. So it's like it's not really helping.
Okay. And we're not here to try to criticize anybody's church or what belief you have. To each their own. But we're talking about results, where people have found results. So then, the first day you came,
So she started to maybe think of another way because they keep calling me and then I don't want. So my sister asked my son, so tell your mom to trap us. So my son came and then she's like, Mom, Auntie said to trap us to church. I said, no, because I know that your pastor pick you guys up and trap you guys. So call your pastor.
so who was this guy?
You.
It was me. So tell this guy there to go pick you up and take you to church.
Yeah.
Oh, the nasty attitude. So then that was the day you came.
Yeah, because he just keeps standing there, and then it was my day off. So I'm like, okay, you guys go out. I'll trap you guys. Because he went out, then he came back. It's like, oh, but Auntie said that she already called, but Pastor said he cannot. But I know that they didn't call you. But they really want me to go. So
they tricked you into going to church.
Yeah. So we went, and the service already started.
Do
And then
you remember which day it was? It was a weekday,
it was on
Sunday?
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay.
So I said, okay, you guys go, and I'll just wait for you guys here when it's finished. So I was in my car, and I didn't know that my sister told them to went in. So they all ran inside, and then she came down because she was at the back of my truck. So she said, "Let's go in." I said, "No, I'll just wait for you guys here." No, just let's go because it's gonna take long, but you're gonna keep, you're gonna get tired of waiting. So I just went in. I went in that night, and that's when, like after the service, you prayed for me,
Hmm.
and that night I just felt light. Like, yeah, I was just shocked at why I feel different.
That was your first night.
Yes.
Okay. And then when you went back home, do you remember how it was?
Like I feel like
Did you like just leave the service and go fix your beat nut all over again?
yeah, I still go work. I still buy my drink, my alcohol after work. And then I keep coming with them
Mm-hmm.
because my sister just keep telling me to, okay, now my pastor said that they cannot pick us up and trap us, so you're gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just when I keep trapping them, but I go in. Yeah.
And then how long did it take for you to start noticing a change in you?
So because like every time you will preach, and then when I go home, and that's when I know that, because I heard a lot of time, like even though you don't do it in front of like the pastors or um whoever, the one patron or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that even though they don't see me doing those drinking or chewing, but God sees. But it's like I don't really care. But when I started to come to this church, I go home like I'm mixing my betel nut, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I just remember that God saved me. And that's when I noticed that I go to work. Like I don't, when you talk about like have two double life, like one in church, like what's the point of coming to church and then you go and then you just do all over again. Then that's when I start practicing it. Like I don't want to do it anymore because pastor said that even though he don't see me, but God sees me. So
Mhm.
I don't want to waste my time going to church and then go out, do it all over. But you were talking about it like holy in the church and go out. It's really a messed up life.
Okay. And how long did it take for you to break free from that? The whole addiction, the depression, the all that. How long did it take?
Uh, there is this there's this message before we go to Israel that you said, um I think you were saying like about like a fake mask on, like we've been carrying,
Mm-hmm.
and if we're not tired of it. And you said this one message like, think about it, there's you in in a crowd of people, and if you don't give your life to Jesus, and he don't, like even though you're just one person in the church in this place, and if you give your life to Jesus, then he will notice you. But you can be in a crowd of people, but you're just a fake person. He's not gonna see you. So that's when I'm like, I think I come to church, but I was living a fake life. Even though I know that I was delivered from those,
So you didn't drink anymore, no more
yeah,
chewing, no more smoking weed. All that was done, but still on the inside,
yeah, even though I know that I baptized 3 times.
got baptized in water a few
So
times.
the fourth time it was the real one.
So you got baptized. Later on, you went to the Holy Land, went the pilgrimage. We
Yes.
have annually this year, we're going to go in July to the Holy Land. We take a group of the members of the church to Israel to spend a week there and in places where Jesus himself walked. And you were there in Israel, and that's where you received the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. So when we were there, like at first I thought I was just surprised stepping, walking in the Holy Land. I wasn't thinking of anything. And then as we keep going to the holy, like the really, it's like I was, like to me, it's like a special place. The Sea of Galilee and then the Gethsemane, the Jordan River. That's when I like realized like, I don't want to waste this time. I really need to change. So that's when I like, the next day I was thinking of fasting because I know that I'm not going to live without the Spirit with me.
So that day, you went out with us, fasting, right? No,
Yeah.
nobody told you to fast. Your choice.
Yeah. I was just thinking of myself because,
Uh huh.
like,
It
that,
wasn't something that people were doing as a group, right?
no,
Uh huh.
I just wanted to do it because I think it's going to our last days there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking like, so I'm going back the same. Like, I really need him. I need him because he already took me out from the mud, from the messed up life. So I want this piece to keep going.
And then you were, if I'm not mistaken, at the upper room, right?
Yeah.
Upper room is the place where the Holy Spirit filled, both place where Jesus had the Last Supper and also the place where the first outpouring of the Holy Spirit happened. And that's where it happened for you.
Yeah, because I don't know why I was like praying, not even thinking of who's next to me can hear me.
Yeah, there were a few tourists walking around us,
Yeah.
people taking pictures, making noise, but that didn't make any difference for you.
Yeah.
And that was the place.
Yes. Because I remember I was really screaming and I told God, I'm not living without you. Because if I don't have you and I'm going back, and as well, I die. Because I don't want to go. And then if I don't have you, what if one day then that life come back? I really don't like it.
So you were scared of going back to that life.
Yes. I don't like that life. That's why I was really, I keep asking and seeking him that day because I'm just scared. That's what in my mind, like I'm scared if I go back and if I don't have you, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
And then that's when it happened.
Yeah.
And everything changed from that day.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go to the final question. What do you have to say to Micronesians? And when I say Micronesians, I'm talking about everybody. This includes Chamorros, Marshallese, Carolinians, Palauans, everyone from Palau to the Marshall Islands, our Pacific Islanders in general, from one end to the other end of Micronesia, this place that is so small on the map, but we go through big problems. today, how is Mother's Day for you guys today? KGN, tell us, how is Mother's Day?
Preparing.
I can't hear you.
I'm preparing a surprise.
Oh, a surprise. Now you guys also continue this nonsense of not talking to each other inside the house, or you avoid her like the plague, or she doesn't talk to you, or
No.
how's the relationship now?
Um, like if there was something like that I didn't like or something that happened, I would talk to her about it.
So now you guys are able to talk, right? You don't see her as a monster anymore.
No,
Not afraid of your mother.
no.
How do you see the relationship with your daughter?
I like the relationship now because before, if I talk to her or if she really don't like what I'm doing, I can only see it on her face, but she never talked to me about it. Like she never talked to me. And if I ask her a question or just talk to her, she don't want to look at me.
But today it's different.
Yeah. Like we can laugh, we talk, we eat together.
Peace.
I go somewhere and she like to follow me now.
Oh, now you want to go shopping, go up and down, go work, and all that stuff.
Yes.
All right, that's it. Now you're gonna look here in this camera. It's gonna be all you. This camera just for you, just for Gina, just for her, and you are going to speak to the Micronesian moms out there who are scared of having another bad Mother's Day. Like you had plenty, but today you have a Mother's Day that is not sad, that is not depressing, that is different. So if you want to speak into keys, you can, but look straight here in this camera and it's all you.
Okay, so for you, mother out there, that you see your life or your story just like my story, and you don't know what to do anymore. Because I know some of us, we can say that, oh, I got this, I know what to do because I go school. But honestly, that's what I think also. Like I think that I can change my own life, but it's just getting worse. But if you see yourself just like my story, um, come and join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. for the blessing from God, because He will teach you and He will guide you.
There you have it. One more family restored, one more mother in the day and age where we are seeing so many mothers, uh, instead of being a mom, they're a monster. Child abuse, neglect, exchanging their kids for drugs or alcohol or both, and many other things. In the midst of all of this, there is still hope, there is still help, there is still a chance for you to change. 205 West Liguan Avenue, right behind the Payless in Dedido, and also in our church in Manilao. Do we have the pictures of Manilao already? Okay, so put them up while I'm talking. 205 West Liguan Avenue, behind the Payless, is the one in Dedido. So you live in Jico, in Dedido, in the Tamuning area, you have a chance to meet us here. Also, if you live in Manilao, we're right behind the KFC in Manilao, next to Fish and Con, next door to Fish and Con. You have the chance to find us there as well. So if you live in the southern villages or in the central area, MTM, you live there by Ordot, you live Jonia side, or further down and get Aston, Aganya Heights. So you have the chance of being out with us this Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning. We just had a wonderful service there this evening. This was our service out there tonight. This is the inside of our church in Manila. So if you want to be a part of this family of faith, this place where you're going to have peace, where you're going to be restored, that's the place that you can find us as well. It's Legacy Square, Unit 8, right behind the KFC in Manila. Right now, we are going to pray for all the mothers. We're going to pray and ask God to help you have the courage, the strength to be here with us this Mother's Day. Please, wherever you are, close your eyes. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, as we have been insisting in prayer and as we have been inviting all these mothers who are good mothers, who are bad mothers, single mothers who have issues with addiction, mothers who have been in and out of abusive relationships, mothers who are even really decent women, but unfortunately, they are being neglected, forgotten by their own children. They did everything that they could have done for them, and now they have nothing in return. My God, I pray for all these people who find themselves on the other side of this life, regardless if they are here in Guam, if they are in the FSM, if they are watching us from Hawaii, Iowa, Denver, Washington, South Carolina, Ohio, in any Micronesian community, or if it's not a Micronesian community, if it's a mother from our military base here on Anderson, or if it's somebody watching us there from Palau, here up in the north of Rhoda, Saipan, my Lord, I pray, I ask you for these mothers who are in tears, who are suffering, who are regretful, who are thinking the worst, who are even suicidal at times because of the pressure of having to raise more children than they know what to do with. My Lord, I pray for this mother that has been pulling 2-3 jobs sometimes. It's been very difficult on her. I pray for this mom who has a child with special needs, or who is taking care of her daughter and her daughter's sick, fighting for her life. I pray, my Lord, for this mother that really wants to change and no longer be a monster, but she wants to be a mom. She wants to be admired by her children. She wants this Mother's Day to be different. So may you bring this mom this upcoming Sunday, this Mother's Day, for you, not her children, but the Son of God, to make her truly a happy mother. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. And you who agree, say amen. We have come to the end of one more Micronesia Time. I'd like to thank the both of you for coming out, where it's now a little bit, we blew our time, but Micronesia Time is always late, right? On time to start, but late to finish. It's 10:11 p.m. We're live here from Guam, the village of Dededo. And we leave you now with this invitation to our Mother's Day gathering. Is going to be here. Mother's Day blessing ceremony is going to happen this upcoming Sunday, 10 o'clock in the morning. God bless you. God bless your family. We'll see each other this Monday.
Others give so much love, prayers, endless care, but sometimes the world moves too fast and she fears being forgotten. But hear this, dear mom, God has not forgotten you, and neither has his family. Can a woman forget her nursing child and not have compassion on the son of her womb? Surely they may forget, yet I will not forget you. Isaiah 49:15. This Mother's Day, we honor you, not just for what you do, but for who you are, a reflection of God's love.
Join us Sunday at 10 a.m. with your family in 205 West Legon Ave behind Dedito Palace and Manilao Legacy Square behind KFC next door to Fish and